What is going on, everyone? My name is Thomas Minert. I'm an agent with Remax Precision. This is Thomas Talks on Thursday. I want to have you guys join in on a conversation about real estate with me, a conversation about Des Moines area real estate, and just other things that interest me. I started this show because I was, to be quite honest with you, getting in a rut with my real estate content that I was posting. I wasn't even quite sure that I was posting stuff that you guys wanted to hear about, stuff that you guys find interesting. So I said, why not get my friends, my family, my followers involved and talk about things that they want to talk about? So every Thursday morning, I make a post saying, I want your questions. And then on this show, I answer it. This show is also live. So if you have any questions that come up or comments that come up while I'm talking, just go ahead and leave a comment and I will answer those questions. Also, in the comments, if you're watching on the right streaming service, you can click a link and just call right in and talk to me live and let's talk real estate or let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. As long as it's somewhat work appropriate, I'm cool with that. Great, grand, wonderful. Now, ironically enough, I'm going to start by talking about something I want to talk about, and then I'm going to answer my friends' followers' questions. Does that sound cool? Cool. Let's add this to the stage. Let's make my face look bigger. I wanted to talk about buyers that are starting to look for a home in places that they can find listings that match what they are looking for because I don't think buyers are using the full scope of what is out there to them. And I want them to understand things that they can do that can put them at an advantage in making sure that they are seeing everything that is out there possibly to purchase. So the first thing is the most simple thing, and it is where you will find the most listings. That is the multiple listing service. That is the homes that get listed by agents that are licensed to sell real estate in this area. The multiple listing service feeds into all of the sites that you were probably using, like your realtor.coms, your Zillows, your minertsells.iowa.com. My home search tool, in my opinion, is pretty good. So you should check that out. And it is something to definitely be aware of. So multiple listing service, that's where you'll find a majority of homes that are out there. The other thing that I'm going to point out, and two of these things involve this, I would start talking to a real estate agent as soon as possible about what you're looking for. Have them have a good idea of your timeline. Have them have a good idea of your budget. Have them have a good idea of what you're looking for because they can start using their network. Real estate agents know other real estate agents. Hopefully, they're in an office that has a lot of agents. My office, for example, has the most agents in the Des Moines area. And we have a private group chat that if I have a pre approved buyer, I always post in and say, hey, I have a buyer looking for XYZ in X location, and their budget is up to this. Do any of you guys have a listing that is coming up that matches that criteria? So you can know about listings before they are available. The other thing, and just let me talk my stuff here for a second, because in my opinion, I am the best buyer's agent that there is out there. I'm a very good listing agent. I think I'm an even better buyer agent, and I think you would be hard pressed to find a buyer's agent that is better than me out there. I'm sorry, I'm just putting it out there. Okay? And hopefully some other agents aren't watching this stream and don't start fighting with me, but my level of communication, my willingness to show houses, and my willingness to do this thing that I'm going to talk about right here, I think put me ahead of other people. So, agents marketing. So, not only when I find a pre approved buyer, am I setting up a search for you on the multiple listing service where you will know about listings as soon as they get listed. I'm reaching out to other agents in my office to see if they have a listing coming up that matches what you're looking for so you know about it before it gets listed. I do direct marketing to sellers to see if they're thinking about selling or maybe twist their arm just a little bit and talk them into selling. I've had this work out multiple times where I have found listings for buyers before they even got listed and had buyers get in the home with zero competition at a good price. It's awesome. is one of the biggest joys I get in this world is doing that exact thing. The last tip I would give to buyers that have started their home search, every single one of your friends and family members, coworkers should know that you're looking for a home, and they should know what you're looking for, because you would be surprised how often you have conversations like this with people and it ends up that you get a heads up that a house is being listed before other people know. And I think it puts you in a great position. It actually, in most cases, it's a win-win, and it puts the seller in a great position as well. It's a stress-free close for both sides. Normally, it's a transaction between two people that trust each other really, really well. These situations work out great. So if you're going to learn one thing from this live stream, please, when you start looking for a home, tell people that you are looking for a home. I would flip that and say, if you're thinking about selling your home, tell people that you're thinking about selling your home as well, too, because you truly never know what might work out from that. Is it douchey that I'm drinking a White Monster? It gives me the energy and the happiness that I need on Thursdays like this. I hope everyone else is having a great Thursday. Let's jump in to the next topic. I had Jason Rodenkirchen comment saying, talk about where you think interest rates are going and what do you think about in 2 years out or so. I wish I had a crystal ball to tell Jason exactly what's going to happen. I could tell you that I think interest rates are going to go down. I don't know how low, and I don't know how good of a guess I can give you for 2 years out. But right now, they're kind of sort of in the low sixes, high fives. And I think by the end of the year, I'm hoping / somewhat confident that we're going to be looking at 5.5 is kind of right around the range. I also think that there are signs potentially pointing towards interest rates, fingers crossed, interest rates hopefully being less volatile. I think hopefully the economy is going to stabilize a little bit, and people aren't going to be doing things that create a bunch of flexibility. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't think they're going to be bumping up and down quite as drastically as they have been the last year or so. So I think we're going to be sitting in the mid fives, and I think that's going to become kind of the norm. And honestly, historically, if you look at it, if you can get a home at 5.5% interest rate or lower, long term, you are winning. That is a good interest rate to be at. Your appreciation should outpace your interest rate there, and you'll be in a good situation as far as building equity in the home that you purchase if it's a primary home. The other thing that I'll point out right now in this market, it is not quite the lowest that they're going to get this year for interest rates, but there are a lot of sellers out there, particularly new construction, and some other savvy sellers, like sellers I have in Norwalk right now, that are offering closing cost assistance that will help you buy down the rate, and you can go ahead and just get that low fives rate right now. For example, my sellers on 1000 North Avenue are offering a credit of just over $10,000 that would be able to get you potentially to get the rate as low as 4.99, I believe is what it's at right now, if you have a good credit score and you're putting the right down payment down. So yeah, you just look at it and you say, oh, interest rates are in the sixes. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the interest rate you have to get. If you can find a home that is possibly ready for a price decrease, or a seller that is willing to negotiate, instead of just getting the price down, you can get a seller credit that'll give you money to buy down the interest rate, either temporarily or fixed, and you can get that lower interest rate than the current market is right now. So that's definitely something to think about. I see a lot of people popping on. Do not be afraid to comment with a question that you have. If you have a question, I am popping over, just making sure I haven't already gotten comments. But yeah, I'm willing to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. So go ahead and leave a comment and I will talk about it. And also in the comments, there is a link for you to call in if you want to get crazy with it and call it. Okay. Tim Miner, my father, Said, explain the buyer's agent concession as it relates to RESPA and Iowa's own rules. Why is it their seller's agent concession? So what he is talking about here, RESPA involves lenders when they get you approved for a loan. They have to, before a certain amount before closing, I believe it's 48 days before closing, they have to give you a disclosure that clearly outlines all of the fees that are associated with getting that loan. This needs to be clear and concise so buyers can compare lenders to other lenders and make sure that they're not getting charged fees that don't necessarily need to be charged. And I believe RESPA has a lot of associations with if there's any relationships where lenders are giving kickbacks to buyer's agents or kickbacks to any other party that is associated with the closing and the sale of your home, that all needs to be disclosed. I do want to, we might have a caller in, but it says his device is not connected. Let me message him really quick and see if he wants to call in. We might have some exciting stuff going on here, guys. We might have a really, really exciting guest coming on, but he's having some difficulties. I'm just going to let this breathe a little bit. I do want to talk about compensation. I don't know if this is exactly what my dad was talking about, but whether I'm representing you as a buyer's agent or a seller's agent, with the way, here we go. Andrew, you there?
What up, dog?
You are muted.
What now?
Oh, here, one sec. You there?
Yeah, did you mute me?
I muted you. Did you watch any of the show so far?
I saw Tim's question.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about here?
Explain the buyer's agent concession as it relates to RESPA and Iowa's own rules. Why isn't there a seller's agent concession?
So I talked about RESPA a little bit and how lenders have to disclose all of the costs that go into the purchasing of their home. And then I started talking about compensation for buyers and sellers agents in the state of Iowa, and how just the way it's always has been, but it's even more disclosed now. Our compensations, our commissions are completely negotiable in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, is he talking maybe about different things that we might do as agents with our commission? You know, that we paid for the plumbing or.
Yeah, that stuff has to be disclosed if we give anything like that. Any relationships that we have with vendors we might have recommended has to be disclosed too. Like if we're getting any sort of financial kickback, that has to be disclosed. I think that's maybe what he's talking about. I'm going to pull up the question before this because I want to get your gut feeling on it. I already kind of gave my gut feeling. For people that don't know, this is Andrew Springer. This is the big dog at Springer Brothers Real Estate Team. He knows quite a bit of stuff as well. Where do you think interest rates are going, and what do you think about 2 years out? Do you have a crystal ball that can tell us what interest rates are going to be in 2 years?
It's broken, though. I got to take it to my crystal ball guy, get it fixed.
What's your gut feeling on interest rates? I know we got a new Fed chair coming.
I mean, they're going to go down. You know, Trump said the other day that he does not want to see home prices crash because that's where a lot of people have built wealth. And so if when people talk about their net worth, a lot of that's in real estate. And so if you have your house prices crash, you have people losing out on on a lot of that equity that they've realized, or that they've accrued in the last 10 years. And so I think though that interest rates are coming down. I don't think they'll ever get to 2-3% like we had. That's a lot of what created the mess that we have right now in terms of skyrocketing home prices, and so I think they'll get down realistically maybe in the next year into the fours, but I think that's probably the lowest they'll go.
Do you think if they go down too quickly, do you think we'll see a jump in home prices?
Yeah, we always do, and so that's where you got to kind of thread the needle. If you're a home buyer, I mean, we've always said it's better to time in the market's better than timing the market. So you want to get in the home, and then when the rates go down, the demand goes up for purchases, which drives the value of your home up. Then you've got realized equity really quick. But yeah, if you're waiting for the rates to go down, it will cost you more money to purchase, because the correlation between low interest rate and home prices goes together.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's
and
kind of tough.
go up when rates are high, but so they don't always move together, except when rates go down. The home prices do move with kind of
Yes.
in an opposite direction. So
It's tough because I'm kind of worried. I mean, interest rates obviously going down at first, it makes homes more affordable, but I'm just worried that we're going to see an even bigger appreciation, and all of a sudden we're going to be back in the same affordability issue that we're at. Um, the point that I made as well too is like there's plenty of homes out there on the market that whether they've been sitting a while or we just have savvy sellers are offering sellers concessions that could either completely pay or make a good chunk towards paying for interest rate buy down. And I think that's an interesting way for people to get that interest rate that they're waiting for, but buy a home now. You know?
or or the other side of that is you have let's say a $300,000 house that maybe is 285. I mean, maybe you can get it for 285. So I'm going to actually say 290 because there's lending limits with credits and stuff. But instead of negotiating a 290 purchase price, why don't you say 300,000, but give me $10,000 in credits? Because I want to put new carpet in there. I want to paint. I want to do some things. I want to fix some things up. Maybe I want to add a bathroom. Then when you like they're giving you tools to build that equity. And then when you turn around and sell it, people see, oh, he bought it for 300,000, so this new price makes sense versus 290. People think it's not how the market works, but it's how buyers think. If in evaluating a price, what did the person pay for it? But so you get in there, you get that big credit from the seller, you make some improvements. Then when the rates go down, you can refi. You always have it reappraised, and now your house is worth more because you've improved it with the credit you got from the seller, and you get a lower mortgage payment now, and you have equity that you can draw from. So that's how, before the rates start dipping, if I'm a buyer, that's what I'm looking to do, is get those deals that sellers are willing to make right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think honestly, like if you're shopping for your personal home and you're not shopping for an investment home, like you said, I mean, if you know you're going to make that move, the best time to do it, or at least start exploring the option, is to do it right now. So I definitely think that is something to consider. I had a person message me about this because they're a buyer that's actually closing on a house next week. And this was something that they were not aware of until they started looking into purchasing, but it's Iowa Finances Authority's first home down payment assistance program or closing cost assistance program. They have a grant that they offer that gives you $2,500 towards down payment or closing costs. And they have a second loan option that gives you up to 5% of the home's price as a second loan that doesn't need to be paid off until you sell the house. So you're not making any payments on that second loan. And that could go all towards down payment or closing costs. Yep. And this is a really good way to you can get a really, really low down payment, or you can get a zero down payment. I've seen people pull it off as a zero down payment as well. But yeah, you either just have to be a first time home buyer, military member, you have to occupy the home within 60 days, and you have to intend for it to be your primary residence. 640 credit score, which is very, very accomplishable. Income limit, it depends on where you're at, but you're looking at an income limit of just under $100,000 or up to 174. And the home can't be purchased for more than 544. You've had some people do this, right?
Things like this, yeah, that where you get that second loan. I remember one specifically where it was a second loan. You can use it towards down payment, and there's no mortgage insurance, so you could put down 3%, and you still wouldn't have PMI. And with your first loan, and it was a situation where the home, just like I was talking about with maybe needing some things in your house, it was a house that needed new carpet and maybe a couple new windows. So instead of putting all of their money down, that the cash that they had, they did this second loan, and they kept that other money in their pocket so they could make these improvements. And again, it's zero. There's no monthly payments. It's an interest-free loan. It's just due when you sell the house. And so it was a good way for that particular buyer to get some instant equity in their house and not have to pay for it, so to speak. And they're still in the house. It's so they still haven't paid for it.
Yeah, the only caveat I would say with programs like that, do that second loan that you're not making payments on, is to not forget that it exists. Because I have had horror stories where people go to finally sell the place, and they're thinking that they're going to make X amount of money. Well, it's actually a decent amount less, because that they have to pay this off. Yeah. How's stuff going for you? Any real estate stuff that you want to make sure everyone knows about?
The market is thawing. Buyers are out.
The market is thawing, just like the ground. It's going to be a lot easier to put our real estate signs in the yard here.
Oh, it's supposed to be 63 degrees on Monday. So
yeah, are you going to be wearing shorts?
I don't know if I'll be wearing shorts, but I won't wear a coat.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of my coat.
Yeah, so I'll probably get a haircut too. My hair is long.
Same.
Longer than I'd like it to be. Anyways, brother, I just saw you're doing this, so I was going to send you some stuff I need done on a file, but I did it because you were on here. So
well, this is it for the episode. We clocked in 23 minutes. We talked about things people want to talk about. If you are, I'm sure we're all doing great open houses this weekend, or if you just want to go tour something else or talk about selling your place, don't be afraid to reach out to the Springer Brothers real estate team. And have a great weekend. Please,
if you're thinking about selling, talk to someone.
Yes.
Like he said, preferably one of our team. Because we've seen some little things come up on inspections lately that wouldn't have been issues had we done like a pre-listing home inspection, and instead it's costing $500 to get fixed, and it wouldn't have cost anything.
I just talked at the beginning of the episode too. I don't know if you heard, but I was talking about people that are going to start getting in the market to purchase home, to talk to a real estate agent as soon as possible. Because I was talking about us being agents at Precision, and how many agents we have at the office that probably have listings coming up that match what you're looking for. So those are homes that aren't listed. And I was talking about the different types of stuff I do to try to find people that are thinking about selling soon as well too. But
yeah, we have over 400 agents at our brokerage. Somebody is probably sitting on something that you want. So let us know so we can tell them what you're looking for.
Yeah, but we can't do that if we don't know you're looking for something. So,
yep.
All right. Have a great weekend, everyone.